Yeah, thanks a lot for Shaka. First of all, let me preface this by saying Karl Marx used to say, or he had said, religion is the opium of the people.
Of the masses, yeah.
And therefore, as I alluded to earlier on, some of the conflicts that we are seeing in Africa have been a result of religious disputes. No doubt about that. Now, coming to the issue of Pope Francis, he's definitely an admirable person, more like Mother Teresa type of person who has a kind and soft heart for the poor. He's giving a good image to the Catholic community, especially in Africa.
What about John Paul II, except in a different way? In
a different way, slightly different way. John Paul II was more of an intellectual. Even the current Pope is a well-schooled guy.
More anti-communism.
Sort of thing. But I think he's done a lot of good public relations for the Catholic faith, looking at Africa, since we're looking at Africa. And I think the challenge now will be to see how the African community, the Christians, will receive it, especially after the upheavals, if you remember, of Archbishop Milingo from Zambia and other pockets that were trying to dissent on issues of celibacy of the priests within the Catholic Church. And Archbishop Milingo, as an African, well-respected Archbishop, I think it will be interesting to see how the Church will move forward with the current Pope.
Now, looking at the Pope in the context of him also being a head of state,
yes,
even though it is the smallest, of course, country in the world, the Vatican, so to speak,
yes,
doesn't he in some way remind you of the actions by a president of the Republic of Malawi, Joyce Banda, who comes to power and sells the executive jet and the fleet of limousines and stuff like that, so that the ordinary people can have access to some sort of service delivery?
Good observation, Shaka. In fact, earlier on, if you remember, I did allude to the issue of our independence leaders who came from the diaspora, a number of them. I'm not saying that's the ideal model, but just to sort of reference that. When you have a head of state who does not owe any favors or any allegiances to anybody who financed him, like in the case of Madam Joyce Banda, she came to power without a campaign because the president who was there passed on.
Divine intervention.
Exactly. Those type of heads of state don't owe anybody anything. Okay, they're able to deliver effectively. But where somebody has been through an election, bought a few constituencies here and there, they owe so many people at the end of the day when they come into power. And it compromises them.